Hello, friends, and welcome to your April Pick Your Card reading. If you're new to my channel, I'm Jen Cui. I'm a soul whisperer and a certified life coach, and I'm here to give you some insight and clarity into your April energy. If you're new to my channel, you can go ahead and subscribe. I do these readings every month, and if you want a personal one-on-one session to see exactly what the spirit guides have for you, whether you're going through a transition in your career, your relationships, if you're trying to figure out how to be more magnetic in your energy so that you can bring in more flow with your business, whatever it is that you want more clarity or confidence moving forward in, we'll be able to get everything sorted in that reading, and the link for that will be down below. So it is a little cloudy where I am right now, so I apologize for any glare ahead of time, but that's not going to affect the energy of the reading at all. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have 4 beautiful decks associated with 4 different crystals for you to choose from based off of whatever is pulling you. So in group 1 here, we have the Mystical Cats Fairy deck that's associated with the red jasper crystal. Next, in group 2, we have the Mystical Fairy Tarot deck that's associated with the Labradorite Moonstone. Next, in group 3, we have the Child of the Universe Oracle cards that's associated with the Aura Clear Quartz Crystal Cluster. And finally, in group 4, we have the Spirit Song Tarot deck that's associated with the Amethyst Crystal. So go ahead and take a moment and just feel into what is pulling you in, what's drawing you, where you feel like your divine spirit is leading you. Once you have chosen, you can go ahead and go into the timestamp below to find out your reading. Hello, group number 1. You chose the Mystical Cats Tarot deck, and you also got the red jasper crystal. So the red jasper is a crystal that's great for when you're feeling anxious or any emotional frustrations. It helps to balance out your energy and generally help balance your mood. So this is telling me that perhaps you've been going through quite a lot emotionally. Maybe you are frustrated because you've been wanting something and you feel like it's right there, but you just can't get it. Maybe you feel misunderstood or misinterpreted. You feel perhaps like you need to really explain yourself when you really don't need to, but you're putting that pressure on yourself because you don't feel seen. So hopefully this crystal can help boost your energy a little bit, balance out those things, and let's get into your reading. Alright, so let's see what you are inviting in currently, what's going on in your life. We see the Death card reversed. Okay, so as you can see, we have the Death card now. If you've been with me for a while, you know that this isn't like a bad sign at all. Death just gives you an opportunity to create something new. It means that there is something like an old version of yourself, maybe a pattern that needs to die, maybe something that you need to let go of, maybe it's the end of a cycle. And especially if you've been going through some difficult changes and some mood swings and all these different things, it might be a good sign that those things are being released. However, this was pulled reverse, so what I'm seeing is that there might be some resistance to letting that go. So when you are resisting the changes that are coming to you, when you are resisting letting go of things that maybe no longer serve you, a mindset that you don't like, perhaps it could be a relationship or relationship pattern of the way that you're showing up, maybe you taking on too much responsibility or you always blaming other people, whatever it is, there's something that's not serving you anymore that needs to die, or version of you, a version of the relationship, a version of even the way that you do business or interact with people. Something there needs to be let go of because it is not in alignment with you anymore, especially moving on past the spring equinox, going into this next quarter of the year. There's something that needs to be let go of. So let's dive deeper into perhaps what that might be. And what I see here is the Sky King reversed. Okay, so already we're seeing a lot of reversals. What I'm seeing here is more of an opportunity of what you can bring more into your life if you do choose to let go of whatever is no longer serving you. So the Sky King you see is just super chill. They're loving it up on their little rock in this beautiful, almost Grecian vibe of their space. And the Sea King is somebody who knows their emotions. They know themselves well. They know how to balance and regulate. And I think this goes really close, really hits at home with the red jasper that you got, because it is all about mood regulation. It's about letting yourself feel deeply, but in a way that allows you to move forward in your life. And this being reversed again shows me that there might be some awareness piece that you need to bring into your emotional life. So if you've been feeling all your feelings, but maybe have been not letting that be productive in the sense of maybe you're getting caught up and actually just spiraling in your emotions versus letting yourself feel them as a process to go through it in order to get through it, this is showing that you're actually able to get through it now if you want to. This being said, let's see how you can align deeper with your soul purpose. This one wanted to come out, so let's let it come out. We have the Sea Tom. And this is really funny because the Sea Tom is like the youngest form of the Sea King. And the Sea Tom is like really playful, really fun. They kind of like are just looking at you like, hey, let's not take things so seriously. Let's just go have some fun. So I'm seeing a lot of that being needed here in your life, in your current emotional standpoint, especially. This is giving me a lot of you need to root back into your natural play state of like whatever it is that has allowed you to feel like joy, playfulness in your life, in your childhood. It's time to root back into that because maybe you've forgotten that way of having fun in life. Maybe you've been taking things way too seriously, and that's made you go into like kind of an anxious state, ignoring the like peace and calm that can exist and the joy of the process. Now this card wanted to come up next, the floating cat, and this is kind of how I'm seeing all of these being related of how to move forward. Knowing all of this is to get a new perspective. So the floating cat in traditional tarot is also known as the hangman. And as you can see, this cat is just like floating up with like some magical energy. It's winking at you. It's being really playful, but it is kind of doing some like suspended action here, right? So this is not necessarily the time to take a bunch of action in your life. It's more so just to kind of look at some new perspectives. So all throughout April, just looking at all the different ways that you can look at something, especially if it goes against the way that you have been currently thinking about things. Because like we said, there needs to be some type of death, some type of release, so that you can allow this new opportunity to be playful, to integrate more joy, integrate more play into your life. So the floating cat brings to you this message of looking at things through like the bright side. And whether that sounds really cliche or like you want to roll your eyes at it, it really is this idea that things are what you make it mean, that there are multiple ways of seeing things. And if you're going to stay attached to the way that you want to see things right now, then that's going to hinder your ability to grow into like this emotional maturity that's needed for you to move forward in your life, whether it's in your relationships, your business, your career. Your spirit's being very loud today. So we have the Sky Tom next for you. And the Sky Tom we're seeing as like what lessons kind of need to be brought into you as you are going through this process, as you go through April. And the Sky Tom, again, similar to the Sea Tom, is like the youngest form of the Sky Clan of the court cards. And this being an air sign, we see the Sky Tom really going after this like bird, right? And we see its claws are out, its mouth is open, it's in full-on predator mode. And we also see this storm brewing and this little bird trying to fly out into the blue sky. A lot of trying to be in your intellect. I think a lot of what's coming through, especially with you getting these sea cards and the floating cat card, and now seeing the Sky Tom as like what's going to come out of this, is that perhaps you have been trying too hard. And I know that might sound funny because my feeling of, if you chose this deck is that you're somebody who finds it very easy to work hard. You're someone who finds it very easy to kind of grind it out, pull all-nighters, go all in and all these things. But what you're missing here is that sometimes it's not about the action. A lot of times you just need to let go of this control because it is just making you this like really frivolous in your head, very like almost like childish mentality that you can control everything and that you can actually like bend everything into your will, including other people's desires. And what we see here is that this bird just like wants to fly away. And while you can use tenacity to try to grab onto it and put in all this effort and all these things, maybe that is just meant to fly away and that you can actually find something much easier for yourself. And in doing so, be able to avoid this huge storm, this huge cloud that's coming on, that's making you fight so hard. I'm seeing a lot of that come through for you. It's like really got to release. Okay, so what we have next for you is the Earth Tom. And the Earth Tom, okay, this is really falling out. The Earth Tom. So the Earth Tom, again, now you have 3 Toms of the 4 different suits, and I realized I have been saying that these are the youngest. These are not the youngest. The kittens would be the youngest. The Toms are the knights of all the suits. So my apologies for that, but you are obviously in fighting spirit right now. You have literally the Sea Tom, Sky Tom, Earth Tom. This would be the cups and the swords, and now you have the pentacles coming up for you. The Earth Tom is somebody who always is very diligent, right? They're the person who's going to help other people all the time. And while the Earth Tom really likes helping other people, sometimes it doesn't know its own boundaries. Like sometimes it gives too much of itself. But what I'm seeing for you here is another one of the lessons that might need to come through for you this month is to give just because you want to give, right? Help because you really want to help, especially if you are in a business or you are working a job, whatever it is, there might be this forgotten sense of purpose and clarity of why you do what you do. And in this month, it's allowing yourself to come back to playfulness, come back to like, your own soul essence, almost like get a life, right? Like get a life outside of whatever it is that's taking up all this headspace, is creating all this worry, so that you can get the perspective that you need in order to release whatever has been holding you back and be able to move forward with more sustainable like playfulness as an action, right? Instead of always white knuckling through everything, always fighting your way through, fighting other people through it. And what I'm saying here is that service is going to be a big part of that. So if you move forward wanting to help people because you want to help people, not because you think that it's going to get you somewhere, not because you think you have to, not because you think that you're a bad person otherwise, and you know your boundaries in there as well, then you're actually going to be able to be filled up more with that positive energy, with the most high, the highest vibration that you can experience in the earth, which is love. So that's what I'm seeing for you today in your reading. That completes everything. Pretty short, but it's a very simple and very clear message for you of rooting back into your natural essence of play, of fun, see some new perspectives, and release what needs to be released. Hello, group number 2. You have chosen the Mystical Fairy deck with the associated crystal of the Labradorite Moonstone. And this one is so cool because when the light hits it right, it has like this shimmer that you can see. It's just gorgeous. And the Labradorite Moonstone is all about limitless potential. It's about awareness. It's about transformation. And it brings the light into the darkness. It helps soothe yourself. It has a lot of cosmic energy that's here to help you enhance your mental clarity. And it's also known as the Stone of Transformation. So what I'm saying for you here is that if you've chosen this deck, you're in the midst of change. You're in the midst of big transformation, not just something small. And there's a lot of energy kind of swirling around and asking you to go deeper within your true self to connect with that soul energy. And the first card that we have for you is the Knave of Cups. And the Knave of Cups is the youngest of the Cups family. They are all full of this optimism, this playfulness, this like kind of beginner energy. And what I'm seeing here for you is that there's this need to invite this energy into your life. The Knave of Cups is all about emotion as well. So really feeling into your feeling, letting yourself have that fun, even if like stop judging yourself for what it is that you want. Like really let yourself feel into whatever it is that you want to feel. Whether you've been feeling called to watch an old movie or a television show that you liked as a kid, or play with stuffed animals, whether it's just to like go frolic in some meadows, go skipping, like jump roping, whatever it is that connected you to your childhood spirit. I'm seeing that that's something that you're inviting into your life more and more. And as you go through the state of transformation, we have this fallacy that as you grow older, you have to strip away like childness wonder, but actually it is learning how to reparent yourself a lot of times, reintegrate fun, reintegrate love and compassion into your life, especially if you didn't receive it in the way that you needed to growing up. So this next card that I have is what I'm seeing as an opportunity, that if you are able to integrate this, what I'm seeing is the Chariot. And the Chariot is a beautiful card that it's like the end of the first group of the major arcana, where we're seeing this big shift where you're going from just figuring out like who you are and starting to integrate more about the conscious and subconscious states. So these two have gone really, really hand in hand of like the crystal being a state of transformation. I'm seeing that you are in a place where you're ready to deepen your spiritual growth, deepen your own personal development, whatever that means to you. But I see it as a way of undoing these layers of conditioning that have kept you small, that have kept you playing small, that have kept you from being seen, that has made you feel really shy within yourself, not wanting to own up exactly who it is that you are. And it's time to stop that. Group number two, like honestly, a big part of the chariot is that you see these two griffins, or in other tarot decks you might see them as anything else, but we see this like mystical fairy that is so strong and confident in themselves, and they are driving these two griffins to a specific destination. But the thing is, these two kind of represent the darkness, the light, the conscious and subconscious, the ego, super ego, whatever those two dualities that you want to see in these are, you need to be able to align your intentions with your actions. You cannot just say that you want to create like $1 million business, or you want to have a soulmate relationship, or you want to, prioritize your health and do all these things without following through on this. And so with that being said, once you're clear on exactly what it is that you want to go, make sure you are putting in that drive, that resiliency into actually making it happen. And in doing so, we see the Ace of Cups, so a new beginning of the cups. So we see this new beginning for you of feeling into your emotions. Maybe it's using your emotions as a way to spark your intuition. So often intuition is like common sense, or things that people think can be thought through, or using your brain and your logical side to think through. But oftentimes it's not. It's a feeling that you get that things are just right, and something's just pulling you in that direction. So I'm seeing a lot of like giving yourself permission to feel into that as well. In terms of relationships, so the Ace of Cups also indicates that you might be in a space where you're ready for a new relationship. It also could be not just romantic, but it also could be work. It could be new clients. It could be a new partner in your business. But there's new opportunities for relationships, for other people in your life as you move forward in exactly what it is that you want. So the next card we see here is the Eight of Swords. So with all this being said, maybe you've been needing relationships that support you better. Maybe you've been needing friendships that support you better. Maybe you haven't been seeing yourself fully, or feel like things aren't necessarily working. The Eight of Swords is this really interesting card where you see this fairy that's been bound up by all these thorns and stuff, and it seems like they're stuck, right? But the idea behind this card is a lot of giving yourself time and space to see how you are not a victim to your circumstances. You have way more power over what it is that you want to create than you think. And in this depiction, it's kind of like this fairy has been trying to get this purple violet rose, and in doing so has been caught up by all these thorns, caught up by all of these things. And to me, it could be, what I'm seeing for you is like a lot of thinking, perhaps a lot of criticism, doubts, things that have kept you bound up, a lot of limitations that you're putting on yourself that's actually fucking bullshit, but you don't want to admit to yourself that it's bullshit, right? So like thinking that you can't do something because of your race, or you can't do something because of your income, you can't do something because of your socioeconomic status, you can't do something because, I don't know, TikTok's going to be banned. Whatever it is for you, like you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to be wrapped up in these thorns, and wherever direction you go, you feel like you're going to get hurt or it's not going to work out. But you need to let that go. Perhaps this is going to come in the form of a new relationship, but a lot of what I'm seeing as these two connecting is that this is what's been holding you back from being able to create aligned action and intention with where it is that you want to go, and creating new relationships and feeling into your feelings, is this false veil that you have of the limiting beliefs that are coming up for you. Okay, so we have two cards that fell out for you, so we're going to take both of them. Ooh, we have the Devil. Oh, we actually have three cards. So we're just going to take the one that fell out right here. So we have the Devil. And this I'm seeing as a lesson for you as you are moving through all this. We have like what seems like very like positive energy and very like happy and fun and all these things in the middle here. And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is all wound up. And now we have the Devil card. But not to fear, the Devil card is not what you think. This is actually even more indicative of there is something going on in your mind, a veil that has been kind of keeping you down. Like if you think of being possessed by the devil, right? We see a lot of like this going to be have you have negative thinking. It's going to have you have really misaligned desires and stuff like this. Maybe you have been wishing bad on other people. Maybe you have been feeling really sorry for yourself. Maybe you feel like you're really stuck in life, that you only see the bad in people. You only see the bad in yourself. You only see the bad in, whatever it is that's going on in you. And it's kind of like being grasped by this blindfold that this devil energy comes. But what we can see here is that a lesson for you is to know that this can be lifted. One of the things that you have to know about being in the devil energy and what this card brings is that it's time to acknowledge a lot of hard truths, a lot of painful truths. There's a lot of things that you don't want to see. So as we see like these two cards being connected here on both sides, the Eight of Swords is being bound because you just think you're a victim to things. But what we're seeing is that no, you actually just need to acknowledge some things that might hurt you. But if we can keep an open mind, like keeping from this first card too, and like, you're in a place of transformation. You're in a place where you're ready to live your soul purpose. You need to like be seen that there are people out there who need you, need your energy, need your help, need your service, whatever it is that you're doing in life. You have an important mission to serve here, but you can't do so if you continue believing the things that you are believing that's stopping you. And it comes to this idea that the truth will set you free. And in the face of truth, nothing can survive. So like nothing negative, quote unquote, can survive. So where is it that you're not admitting to yourself what exactly it is that you want, or perhaps even not admitting to yourself where you do have more power and control over the things that you think you don't? The last card that we see here is the Tower. Okay, so we see a lot of transformation energy here. Like, this is no fucking joke. You are in a place where you're probably needing some support now too as well. We see this in the Ace of Cups, and the Tower is one of the most powerful cards in the entire deck, and it is this state of transformation that you're in, that things are needing to burn down to the fucking ground. You need to let things go in order to create and create something from a stronger foundation, from better beliefs, from better relationships, whether this is your relationships, whether this is a way that you're doing business, whether this is just a copy in your marketing, or the way that you're dressing, the way that you're showing up, you not owning your label, you not owning your own power, you not owning the fact that you can get yourself out of any situation, that even in the worst case scenario, you're still going to be able to figure it out, right? So asking yourself, like, truly lean into, like, what is the worst thing that can happen, and what are you going to do about that, right? I mean, like, honestly, when we think about it, the worst case scenario is that you die, but then you're dead, and, like, you can't do anything about it, right? So other than that, like, what are the worst case scenarios, and what are you going to do? So the Tower offers you this idea that you're in this deep state of transformation, that a lot of April is going to unfold in a way that is going to challenge your limiting beliefs, that is going to challenge the paradigms that you even operate in, the way that you think about money, whether you think like money is only a trade for time or for value, but actually going deeper into it of your own belief and holding space for that, holding space for your desires and what it is that you truly want. Perhaps you have forgotten the fact that you are a creator in your life, that things align to you once you decide to align to them. And the Tower brings to you that message of, this is time. This is a time for transformation. It's not just in your head. You aren't just being delusional, that these things are meant for you. So it's time to fucking go for it. And as we saw in the Chariot, that was a big message for you. And this is something that is, aligned with your soul. So go after it. Whatever has been on your mind, whatever has been bringing up all these limiting beliefs, just know that whatever you're resisting, that can often be a sign that it is meant for you, and that you just have to go through these transformations because there are lessons there for you. So that's everything for your reading this month. I hope you enjoyed it. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your April reading. You have the Clear Crystal Quartz Cluster. So this is a crystal that's really beautiful and great for clarity, for manifestation, for amplifying whatever it is that your intentions have been holding, for healing and focusing. So what I'm seeing here is almost like you have already decided what it is that you want. You're very clear on what it is that you want, but maybe you have been needing some support in bringing that into your life, bringing it into the reality and letting it drop into the 3D. So let's see what the cards and spirit has to say to you. Because what I'm seeing for you of aligning into your life and like what you are inviting into your life is the Death of a Star. So this is very clearly like you are ready to let go of something. You are going through a transformation, and it's not just like something small and like on the 3D level of like, oh, you're moving like places or you're changing relationships, even though those aren't like necessarily small changes. But this is like on a soul level. There is a death happening, there is a rebirth happening, there is welcoming your own light. And what I'm seeing so much from this star energy is that you are letting your spark shine, and you are inviting yourself to be more seen, be more of yourself, whether that is in a relationship, in your marketing, in your career. You want to go for that promotion, you want to invite in some more soul aligned clients, you want to create more money, and you want to, kill off any of these limiting beliefs that maybe that's not for you or whatever. That's what I'm seeing that you're inviting in right now. And in doing so, something to kind of keep in mind is the awareness and protection that is needed in doing this. And this is coming not from like you need to protect yourself from other people's energies as much as it is just you needing to be aware of your gifts and how this is aligned for you. That you are meant to do big things, you're not meant to play things small, that everything is working, everything is happening. If you have any doubt of that, like, do not have any doubt, like things are happening, but you need to be in the awareness of how that is, because your brain will go straight to our brains have negativity bias, so your brain's going to go straight to how things are not working, or someone's coming to you and saying like they want to work with you or they want to be in a relationship with you, or whatever it is, but then they ghost you or things don't come into fruition. Instead of seeing those things as ways that things are not working for you or things are not dropping in right now, actually be aware of those are just part of the process, like that is all here for you. And protect your energy, protect your soul from whatever it is that you need to. We see stability and direction. So a lot of this opportunity of what's coming in for you, whatever it is that you've already decided that you want, because again, I'm sensing a lot of whatever it is that you want. And if for some reason you're telling me that you don't know what it is that you want, you're lying to yourself. Because this is very clear, like, no, you know exactly what it is that you want and you're ready for it, but maybe there's something that's holding you back, and that could be part of this awareness piece, is being aware of where you are not being honest with yourself, where you're not being truthful to yourself, or even where you're being maybe overprotective of yourself, maybe afraid to take risks, because you are meant for this. You are going in the right direction. So what we see is stability and direction as your next card. So the opportunity that you're getting here. And this is funny because it's a compass, but it's upside down. So maybe you feel lost in some way. Maybe you feel like you don't know if this is right for you. And hopefully this crystal can help clarify that for you as well. But if you take the north and the south out of this image, you see that it is fully symmetrical. Right? It doesn't matter which way you turn this compass, it is always in the right direction. And so this card is coming to you to realize that it doesn't matter what direction you go, what decision that you take, you are going in the right direction, that you're going to be able to orient yourself, as long as you're orienting yourself to the direction of your soul, wherever that is leading you to, and not to the direction that you think you need to go based off of whatever society has said, based on whatever other people have said, or whatever rules and things that you feel like you have to stay in place, right? So let's say you have this idea for how your life should go. You have like a like a 5-year plan or something, and you're letting that get in the way of you actually growing into who it is that you want to become, because you think that that is the right way. That's the direction that you want to go. Instead of opening yourself up to this idea that you can find exactly who it is that you want to be, where it is that you're supposed to go, if you let go of this idea that there is such a thing as being fully stable or finding the right direction. That is a very big message for you. Okay, so we see Jupiter next coming through, and this is how you can be more aligned with your soul purpose. Okay, Jupiter is an energy of huge mass. It is super, super powerful. I'm seeing the number 3 coming up, which is all about mind, body, soul connection. It's about the Holy Trinity. It's kind of like everything coming together and going full on into this journey before things manifest. So just know, again, like, if you have any doubt about what you're manifesting and what you're inviting in right now, just know that it's a call coming its way, but there are some things that you can focus on as you align with this. But most of it's not necessarily about the doing and like where you're going, but it's more so the energy that you hold, because Jupiter holds like huge mass and it knows. To me, this is a message of you coming deeper into your own gravitational pull. Jupiter is all about optimism. It's about like taking up space. It knows that it's the biggest freaking planet in our solar system. It's like, let yourself be seen. So there's a lot of that coming through for you. Is like, don't be afraid to play big. Don't be afraid to say the wrong thing. Again, like you can only go in the right direction. So take as much action as you can. Really let yourself explore here. The cards are agreeing as well. It cannot hold its excitement. And let's say, like, you know, if you're able to kind of align yourself with this energy this month, what I'm seeing for you is that you're going to be able to cultivate strength. There's a lot of this needing to be discovered. Like sometimes you forget to see your own strength. Sometimes you forget like all the shit that you've already been through in life, and you like to use that against yourself because you feel like you don't know enough right now. You're scared in the moment, and you know, you don't know how things are going to turn out, and you forget again, like you are a really strong person. You are really strong spiritually. You already know a lot of things. Even just a fraction of what you know can change somebody's life. And a lot of this is owning up to who it is that you are in your own magic, really being in this Jupiter energy, which honestly is giving me a lot of Leo energy. So it's like letting yourself be seen, and you know that you're gonna go through some tough times. Like that's just undoubtedly like how life goes. And so in April, just letting all of those opportunities where you're doubting yourself, where you're not sure if things are working, to give you some strength and give you that validation that you are doing the right thing, that you are going the right places. I'm seeing notice the signs here as well for you, kind of going hand in hand with this, and it's a reverse. So notice the signs we see, like obviously it's a feather in a bottle, right? It's like notice the little things, notice like the little ways that the universe wants to connect with you. And this is telling me that you either need to like journal with yourself, meditate, do something like fun that connects you with whatever energy holds you to the highest vibration of love and freedom, and being able to see how things are orchestrating in your favor. But this being reversed is telling me that you have not been seeing that so far, that the universe has been trying to send you signs, but you're ignoring them, you're not seeing them, and because of that, it is kind of refusing to send you more. So as you go through this transition period, really asking yourself, how can you open yourself up to see the good, right? We know that if you look for the good, you'll find it. If you look for the bad, you'll find it. So where can you see the signs that are helping you move you in the direction that you want to go, knowing that there's no right or wrong way to interpret things, but actually just what is helpful for you. So if you see, for example, angel numbers, you see 333 lining up for you, you see like 555, you see all these angel numbers going on. It doesn't matter if you even fully believe in it, or if somebody believes in it, or somebody's telling you should believe in it. If you energetically and your soul takes that as a sign that you're going the right direction, it's a fucking sign. Do not underestimate the power of those things. And also you can ask the universe for more signs as well, whatever you're manifesting in, anchoring into, the energy, the version of yourself that you want to bring in. Remember to always come back to yourself, because this isn't about other people. This isn't about, you know, the person that you're attracting in, your soulmate. This isn't about the friend. This isn't about the family members. This isn't about the clients or anything like that. This is about how your vibration and your magnetic big energy, like Jupiter has, like that just naturally gravitates people towards you, and they have no chance. Like they have no choice but to gravitate towards you, because it calls to them. It just resonates with them so deeply. But your job is to cultivate strength in your own knowing, in your own beliefs. Be a leader. Be the one who holds stronger belief, and look at the signs that are coming your way. Like, do not ignore them, and you shall be like on your merry way to manifesting. So that is everything for your April energy reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your April energy reading. We have amethyst for you, and amethyst, as we know, is a very spiritual crystal. It helps you align with that crown chakra, that purple color. It is also really great to bounce off any negative energy. So what I'm saying for you is maybe this need to bounce off negative energy. Maybe things have been coming into your orbit that you want to let go of, and like just know it's safe to let go of. Know that you are always protected. And let's see like the message that we have for you coming up for April. We see the 8 of crystals, and this is the buffalo spirit. Yes, this is the Buffalo Spirit. So this is all about dedication and progress. So beautiful card here that we see. This buffalo, it is like just steadfast. It is strong. It is knows where it's going and knows what it wants. I'm saying that for April, for you, there's a lot of this energy of effort, of like dedication, of being dedicated to your craft, to being dedicated to the relationship that you want to create, the self-care, the self-love that you want to give yourself. Maybe it's within your family too, whether it's showing up for your nieces and nephews or your kids or your parents, whether it's showing up for your friends in some way. But there is a lot of dedication going on right now that you're very clear in where you're trying to go with your life. And perhaps it's not here just yet, but through this process, you know that it will be coming. So let's see how you invite this more into your life. Okay, this one wanted to fall out, but this is the one that we're pulling. We are going with the Two of Acorns. And Two of Acorns is the eagle spirit, and we see insight and focus. So these two go hand in hand. Your dedication to whatever it is that you want, whether it's dedication to the process or to the result. What I really want to hone in on here is if you are dedicating yourself to the result, make sure that it is with the intention anchored into it. So the energy of which you're going to feel when you receive that, and also know that as long as the result lights you up, then that's going to help you guide yourself and guide the energy that you need to put into whatever work that you're doing throughout that process. And with the Two of Acorns, we're seeing more insight and focus. So perhaps this opportunity for you of, you have this energy that you want to put into your relationship, business, career, health, etc. And you actually need to focus in more on one thing. So for example, if you wanted to lose weight, get to the body that you feel most healthy in, and you're thinking you have to do all these things, you have to work out, you have to eat right, you have to, get these cute workout clothes so you feel motivated, you have to get a workout buddy, you have to get a personal trainer, right? Like, it's just way too much shit, and your dedication is enough, but know that that is not everlasting fuel as well. Like, you're a freaking human and you're gonna get tired at some point. So what's going to protect against that is to have the insight of what is the thing that's going to move you closer to that goal. What is like that one most important thing? And maybe for you it's going to be movement, or maybe for you it's about food, maybe for you it's about having a vision board. And this can be for your business as well, for your career, for your relationships, having a vision of what it is that you want to create, your mission for your business to anchor into, that one thing that like lights you up and also drives people towards you, that makes you the most magnetic person, whether it's your copy or YouTube or podcasting, Instagram, whatever it is, like that could be it as well. That these two need to marry in order to create this opportunity. And when it's in alignment, like how it's aligned with your soul purpose here, we see the Six of Feathers, and this is the firefly spirit. Or sorry, not firefly, dragonfly spirit. Dragonfly spirit, the Six of Feathers. This is all very airy. We see it's a time of transition, it's a time of insight, and it's funny because we have insight in both of these, and we have transition here and dedication here. So we see with the dragonfly spirit here, I'm going to move this crystal to the side so I can move this up. Okay, so we see with the dragonfly spirit here, there is a lot of air energy, which kind of to me is like about lifting up, lifting your energy up, lifting your vibrations, and transcending whatever is on the ground. Six I'm seeing as the calm that comes after the chaos, and we see 8 here being the number of abundance, 2 being the number of kind of like working hard, partnering with like knowing what your intentions are and actually taking action on it. And then we see 6 of the calm after the chaos. Now, these reduced down actually comes to the number 7. So we see 8 plus 2 plus 6 is 16. So then that goes into 7, right? And 7 is a number of introspection, of spiritual guidance. So a lot of what April is going to be teaching you is to come back home to yourself and your own intuition in a way that does guide you to your higher purpose. It does guide you to your soul purpose, that you're going to have this sense of like renewal and new energy that comes through after this month, that as you go through the process, looking for how things are helping you align deeper within yourself, if that makes sense. Can't exactly find the words for it, but let's see kind of what else the cards have to say. So the Ace of Acorns. Okay, so some of the actions that you got to take here. We see the beginning of the beginning of the Wands deck, the Acorns deck. This is all about magic. It's about creative force. It's about confidence. It's the Ram spirit. It's you being really headstrong about what it is that you want. Like, if you have any clarity about what it is that you want, highly recommend taking some time to journal about it and figuring that out, because your April spirit is very strong in wanting to birth something out of you. It's really strong in wanting to create. If you've been blocking your creative fluid at all, it's worth looking into how you can lift that, whether it's through like Reiki and energy healing, whether it's through getting a one-on-one with me and having this like soul whispering session so that you can see whatever it is that your soul is calling you to. But if you do know what it is that you want, there's like, you just gotta be confident in yourself. You gotta have that tenacity to like keep going forward. And I see that a lot in April, is that the best way for you to move forward in this and your goals is going to be just to take action, just to follow whatever it is that's lighting you up, that's making you feel like that creative energy is burning within you. Get rid of anything that's not serving you too, though. Like, get rid of doing things because you feel like you have to, because you think that that's the right way, because that's the way you've been taught. Like, this is time to come into your own energy. Like, I see that a lot with this dragonfly spirit, and like, you have the work ethic, you have the focus, now you have the strength to move forward, but there's like something else here of like, you need to let your soul kind of lift up and like know that that's what is needed in order to create results. That if you continue moving on through April in a way that is not aligned with your soul, but instead of like with your head, or you're making decisions from like what you think you need to do or what you think you want and not what it is that you truly want, you're still going to be stuck in the same place, and you're going to be stuck in this like always moving on the earth level, on the earth playing field, versus coming up and transcending into the spiritual, where things can be with more ease and with more flow, because you truly know that it's aligned with you. Okay, so we see the 5 of Feathers here as like a lesson that's going to be coming through you as well, like as you go through this. And this is the little armadillo spirit. And the 5 of Feathers is all about strategy and resilience. I'm seeing like that you're going to be tested in your resilience. It's a good thing that you have the buffalo spirit, the eagle spirit, and the ram spirit here, because you're going to be tested in April. But like, do not have any fear, because you are also like being divinely guided in those things. Like, they're not just coming to you because the universe wants to punish you because things need to be hard, but actually because that's going to be the thing that strengthens your shell. Like the armadillo here, right? They have that shell that they can just kind of roll up to. They're like building that armor. It's kind of like this idea of building up your armor in building up your own strength in whatever it is that you're wanting to do, so that you can move forward. It's also giving this idea of structure and strategy, because that's one of the ways that you can allow energy in. Know here that you're being protected. Do what you can to be protected, but also that as you're going through all these fights and stuff, as you're going through all these challenges, to pick and choose your battles here. Now, let's see like one final card to see like as an outcome of all of this, just what's like the energy that it wants to bring in. And we see the wheel. Okay, this is beautiful. We have like this major arcana card of the wheel, number 10, this big transition that's coming up. So it's kind of giving this energy that you are really in that like last rung before transition hits, right? The wheel is all about this new beginning, where you can see that there's so many possibilities in life, that there's so many different ways that you can live your life, that you are a free like steward of your own soul. And in order to do that, there's like this challenge of whatever's coming up in April, whatever you're currently dealing with, transmuting that into how you can see your own growth potential, that you're coming into this new energy that is really strongly and uniquely you. Like, life literally just can be whatever it is that you want to make of it. Like, something fun about the octopus, right, is that it can like literally lose an arm but then regrow it back. So whatever like hardships you're going through and whatever might come up for you in April, whatever challenges and lessons that you learn from it, just know that you're always going to be okay. Like, you can have your own back. You're not going to die. Like, even in the worst case scenario, you're going to be able to make it through, and you're just going to come out all the stronger. You're going to have new perspective. You're going to have new energy, and you're going to be able to like kind of break out of that matrix. I'm getting a lot of like being in the matrix and like coming out of it. Like maybe you're new to spirituality, maybe you're kind of new to the woo woo, maybe you're even learning something new, trying something new in your, like if you're transitioning from like a 9 to 5 job to being a business owner, or transitioning from a relationship that felt really comfortable but didn't serve you, transitioning from friends that you liked but they didn't really get you, and you're going to move into exactly what it is that you want and focus on soul alignment. That is all available to you right here. So just know that things are happening and you got this coming April. So that's everything for your reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.